welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of the Extra Point. T Sizzle getting her full schnickens on and the pre-roll bum skickly bum. How you doing today, T Sizzle? Looking very, very springy today. Looking
And
very
this
springy.
is courtesy of my baby Tiffany, who was here for 9-10 days, and she had this on walking around the house. And I said, "You're leaving that, right?"
Wait a minute, 9-10 days? She was out of the country for 2 weeks.
Yeah, she came on. Unlike some of yous out there, she came. She came on the 28th and she left on the 9th.
Now, either she's rich or don't have no man or both. Either way, I see you, Tiffany. All right. Nobody in the background today. No visitors. No nothing.
Just my dogs out. My stray dogs out there barking at someone walking down the street.
No. Dogs aren't strays. They are humans
They
with
are.
fur, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. I love me a
They
good
sleep
dog.
on my furniture in the backyard every night.
They do what now?
They sleep on the furniture in the backyard every night.
Oh, okay. Because I saw where you had your dog's head covered in a blanket. That ain't love, Tasha.
Well, I mean, he did that on his own. That's just how Big Boy is. Y'all know he moved funny.
No big boy slander on this show. I love dogs. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Congratulations are in order to the South Carolina women's basketball team completing an undefeated season, going 37-0 after defeating Iowa in last Sunday's women's national championship game. And congrats to the UConn's men's team, who on the following night completed an improbable back-to-back title run by defeating Purdue in the men's national title game. Let's start with a question for you, T Sizzle. Which would you rather have as an athlete and a competitor? Would you rather have a 37-0 undefeated title or back-to-back titles?
I would say, even though that 37-0, that undefeated is very, very impressive, the back-to-back, I think, holds a little more weight.
Okay.
Because you think about it, if you're a coach, you're a university, you're an organization, you go back-to-back.
Right. And to your point, Dan Hurley, the coach of UConn, who led that back-to-back surge, was offered a $100 million contract to go to Kentucky. So, as you said, back-to-back titles equals that. But Tasha, 37-0. If you want to go back 2 years, Dawn Staley's South Carolina Gamecocks are combined 72-1 in 2 seasons. If not for the exploits of one of the greatest women's college basketball players ever, they could possibly be right there with UConn with back-to-back titles. Now, you gave me some smoke earlier this week, and I wanted to just come on the air and address that. You called me out, as well as our brother Michigan Mike, for not properly giving Coach Dawn Staley her flowers before the national title game. You had her in your top 5 coaches of all time. We kind of scoffed at that. I am now a believer, but here's my question. I wanted to see her get the third one, but here's my question. Is she now on the same level as Pat and Gino when it comes to all-time great coaches in women's college basketball?
First of all, I don't give a damn what Gino Auriemma did. Hey, Trees.
Morning, Trees.
I don't like him. I can't take away from all the greatness that Gino Auriemma, has put out there, produced. But I'll never forget how he treated Pat Summitt. Right. Pat Summitt is always going to be the echelon for me.
Right.
But the things that Dawn is doing, it's not necessarily, her on the court accolades. Dawn is moving differently. And if you guys remember Dawn from back in the day when she played at Virginia, she always moved differently. You remember her from those USA basketball teams over in the Olympics. Dawn has always moved differently. Look what she did to Temple. She turned the Temple program around. Then she gets to South Carolina. And look at what she's done in South Carolina. Dawn is slowly moving up that ladder. But for her to get into the realms of the Pat Head Summits, the Gino Auriemmas, she's going to have to sustain the longevity. That's what really made them great, because you think about it, for the longest, Pat really did not have a lot of championships.
Right.
It was just the longevity. Anytime you get in a court name, anything named after you, they play at the summit.
Right.
You know, that's when the greatness ensues. And you don't have a lot of coaches who have left that type of mark. But I think if Dawn stays at South Carolina, she keeps getting the recruits. Even with this transfer portal, she lost all 5 of her starters. She had 5 new people out there and won this championship. I think women are going to want to come and play for Dawn because, number one, they know Dawn is going to support them.
Right.
Dawn is going to speak up and out for them.
Right.
And she's proven that she can get them the championships that they want.
Right. Even with Gino.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it coming because Gino is one of the greatest. Only reason why I'm not putting him as the greatest is because, yeah, I'm biased to Pat Summitt.
I am as well, but it's impossible to deny what Dawn Staley is doing at this moment. Now, one of the viral moments that occurred right after that game was her shouting out Caitlin Clark and basically giving her flowers on the court, something that we rarely see in any sport. Looking back on it now that we have a week to digest this, what do you think Caitlin Clark's legacy will be 5-10 years down the line when you look at the college basketball career that she had?
I mean, as far as college, she does have to go down as one of the greatest. Again, I'm not putting her as the greatest. It's not going to ever come out of my mouth because I know ones before her who I thought were greater. It's almost kind of like that Steph Curry thing where, you know, with the 3-point shooting, oh, he's the greatest shooter ever. Is it her overall game, or is it the fact that she scored a lot of points? Like, what is making her? I mean, she is unstoppable because we know she will jack that thing up from the parking lot. She will do that. Right. But again, we are making her, because we didn't know about her except for these last 2 years.
Right.
So she had been scoring the first 2 years. Why didn't anybody pay attention then? I think it's the pizzazz, the scoring, and the fact that people are paying more attention to women's college basketball now that is keeping her name in people's mouths.
Right. When I look at what Dawn said, for some reason, it just kind of hit me in the moment that was an awesome gesture by Dawn because the South Carolina women's team gave her the championship. But let's be real. Caitlin Clark gave her the platform to do it on the biggest stage of any women coach, bigger than Pat Summitt, bigger than Gina Auriemma, bigger than any of those people. 24 million people tuned in to watch that fourth quarter as that game kind of dwindled down and it was going back and forth. And without Caitlin Clark on the court, she does not have that platform. Now, everybody knows her face now. Everybody knows her name now. And I think that if it was UConn and South Carolina in that championship game, you don't get a third of the viewership there. When I look at her career, as far as the college career, I think more of the Fab Five. Mm-hmm. And good morning to you, Melanie. I think more of the Fab Five when I think about Caitlin Clark for this reason. The Fab Five didn't win their championships either. They went to back-to-back titles just like Caitlin Clark did and came up short. However, 30 years later, we're looking back on the Fab Five, and that's not the first thing we think about that they came up short. We think about the cultural impact. We think about how they changed the way the men wore their uniforms, played on the court, the doors that they opened for freshmen. Now, freshmen behind them are getting to play and to shine. Good morning. Jarrell says, more would cook Caitlin Clark. Now, y'all.
Okay, you sounding kind of Diana Taurasi-ish right now.
Right, we got a Taurasi in the chat. Now, I'm going to say this. I did some research. Because I heard all the smoke that some of the WNBA players were giving Caitlin Clark, and her coming in and cooking the league is not unprecedented. In 2008, when Candace Parker from the University of Tennessee, Rocky Top Lady Vol, came into the WNBA, won Rookie of the Year and MVP.
And had a baby on them.
What happened to that? You know what? Let me...
I mean, but it's funny that you bring up Candace Parker because remember a few years ago she was voted as the most overrated.
Wow,
you remember that?
Her stats was just 18 points a game that her MVP season. So like, if you're a stats guy, I can see where maybe you say that, but she did win MVP her rookie year.
Right, and all the championships she won with the Sparks. They voted Candace as the most overrated player, and I think that was simply because of hate. And I think that's kind of what Kaylin is experiencing now and will continue to experience. Because I think that I put it in the chatter that I said on the show, somebody's going to bow her right in her chest. They're going to knock her down.
They are, but I will say this to those women. Caitlin Clark has earned the right to get the superstar whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
the WNBA and ESPN has already announced that 36 of the 40 Indiana Fever games are going to be on television.
Mm-hmm.
And those sponsors ain't pay. Procter & Gamble is not paying top dollar to watch her miss games because of an injury. You keep on bodying her, your ass is going to be on the bench in foul trouble. She's going to get the Jordan call. She's going to get the LeBron call. She flails her arm. She's going to the free throw line. She's an 80% free throw shooter. So I personally think she's going to cook in the NBA, and the WNBA players, they should hope that she does well, because she is one of the few people that can come into the league and raise the floor for their salary and for
exactly. It's going to generate more revenue. Again, like I said last week, a lot of when I read that post from X, and people were saying how a lot of the WNBA owners use that as a tax write-off. If she raises that revenue, that's going to have to be spread out. So it won't be a reason for these owners, these teams, whatever, to not pay these women more money.
Right. And for that reason alone, I am rooting for Caitlin Clark to cook in the WNBA. We saw it with Jordan, how he revolutionized the game and started seeing those record contracts after he could do a one-year deal for $36 million toward his later part of his Bulls run. You saw LeBron, how he started the whole, I'm going to hold your feet to the fire with short deals, keep re-upping short deals so the players can maximize their earning potential. Caitlin Clark seems like a savvy businesswoman. She's a media darling. She's going to be gold on Madison Avenue. And I want her to come in averaging 30 points a game, because I think that for Diana Taurasi and for the Maya Moores and for all of those women, wonderful women who may not have gotten their proper due, if they're playing on TV against Caitlin Clark, eyes will tune in, and then they can carve out their own history, kind of like Angel Clark did last year.
Yeah.
She was on that stage with the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. And Angel Reese got it done and became a phenomenon shortly after that. So congratulations to UConn. Congratulations to South Carolina. Now we move on to the NBA, our first real NBA scoop of the year. The regular season finale is tomorrow, so we're getting set for the playoffs to start on Saturday next week, and we're getting set for the play-in tournament, which we'll get to in just a second. But you can't start with NBA talk without talking about the king, the GOAT, the all-time leading scorer, the man, the myth, the phenomenon known as one LeBron James. Tasha T. Sizzle, let me throw something at you real quick. In year 20, LeBron James is averaging 25 points a game, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, while shooting a career-high 41% from the three-point line. In year 20, Tasha, are you impressed?
Oh, yeah. Again, for whatever reason, you like to have people out here thinking that I just don't like the Kane. He's delusional. I love LeBron James. I just don't think he is the best basketball player ever. I am so proud of everything that he is doing. I've always loved watching LeBron James, watch his game, and for him to still be doing it at this level basically is out of necessity, because we know street clothes is going to street clothes, and the rest of the team, hell, sometimes they act like they want to be in street clothes.
Right.
I'm so impressed at everything that LeBron is still doing at this moment. Wait a minute, I got to let Big Boy out. Keep talking.
All right. And while you do that, LeBron James last night in Memphis dropped 30 on their head. He was unstoppable. The man is still getting to the paint. The man, like I said just a minute ago, he's shooting a career high 41% from three. He continues to evolve. He's not missing a ton of games. He's no Kawhi Leonard or anything.
Kawhi has played the majority of the season this year.
He has. And I'm going to get to that just a little bit later. I'm glad that you paused on that, because I have a specific question for you regarding that later. Now, you love LeBron, okay? You like LeBron. You appreciate LeBron. But is there anything that he can accomplish in his career, however many years he has left, that could put him on the same stratosphere as MJ in your eyes? Is there anything he can do?
He is in the stratosphere.
Just not in the room.
I just don't think. No, he's in the room with Jordan. Me watching both of them, he's just not better than Michael Jordan to me. He's in the room with Jordan. He's in the room, top three to me. And I know a lot of times people say we don't include Magic Johnson for everything that he did. Magic changed the game as well.
Yes, he
Magic
did.
played all 5 positions.
Yes, he did.
And ain't nobody taking nothing away from Magic Johnson. But it's the thing that separates LeBron from Michael and Kobe to me is that killer instinct. And I think it's almost that arrogance. Like how everybody, let me go here. How everybody's saying Angel Reese is arrogant and this, that, and the other thing. That arrogance is why we liked Michael and Kobe.
Yes.
It was that killer instinct on the court that I just don't see LeBron James having. That's the only thing that separates for me. Not saying that, I get on here and I say LeBron defers the last shot, which he has.
A lot. He's done a lot in his career.
But LeBron also would take a shot. But those other two, they go, and they're gonna do it on you. You know, that's the only thing that separates him from those two for me. It's like I said, it's Jordan, it's LeBron, it's Kobe. You can intermix him and Kobe, but Jordan will always be the top for me.
Right. LeBron is not going to punch a teammate in the face in practice for not playing hard enough. LeBron is not going to take his shoes out of his teammates' lockers after a poor performance.
Kobe went in there and said, y'all motherfuckers don't deserve to wear my shoes.
He had the equipment guy snatch the shoes out of the locker room. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if he put some kangaroos in there instead. You know, some Pumas.
Not the rules with the zip on the side, man. Them things just go hard if you want to go back.
I will not dispute that. There's a people-pleasing spirit that annoys people sometimes when it comes to LeBron. Because you do want to see, when you think about killer instinct, you think Mike Tyson, Tiger Woods, LeBron, I'm not LeBron James, Michael Jordan. Those type of players who will rip your throat out to win the championship. And I think a lot of people love that. You would rather be in an alley with Kobe, may he rest in peace, than with LeBron if you got to go throw them things. And I agree with you there. I would pick Mamba over LeBron James if I have to fight. Good morning, AP Culture. Jarrell says Jordan wouldn't let Jason Terry outscore him in the finals like somewhere Michigan Mike is watching this and throwing a handkerchief at his phone because but hey, LeBron got Jason Terry back when he dunked on him in the Garden. Remember that ferocious dunk? But yeah, 2011 was a bad look, and I don't think he ever recovered from that in the eyes of a lot of NBA fans. Okay, I get that. So LeBron James couldn't do anything to be your GOAT. Now, Tasha, the NBA play-in tournament starts in a couple of days. It starts on Tuesday. Don't you leave. Don't you move. Don't you move. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not been a follower of the show very long, Tasha T. Sizzle hates the play-in tournament. I personally love the play-in tournament because it gives me more basketball, and I'm a basketball junkie. Tasha, just give us a quick recap on what you dislike about the play-in tournament for the people who may be new to the show.
Because it's stupid. If you did not play well enough to be in 1 through 8, then your ass don't need to be playing. Why should you get we gonna try this again? Why should you get the opportunity to knock someone out who has played hard the whole season to get one of those 1 through 8 slots? And then you just luck up and win 2 out of 3. And then the person who worked hard the whole year is gone because you got lucky in a 3-game series? It's stupid.
It gives me March Madness in a sense where a Duke could be undefeated, or South Carolina could be undefeated. You play a 15 seed. They have one good game, shoot the lights out, and you go home.
You want to be the NBA, you want to be the NCAA. I need you to choose. Just like that in-season championship. It's stupid.
E2, Tracy? Trees. Don't break my heart this morning. Don't break my heart. No. Well, look. Well, Martrice, you sit right there, Martrice. And tell your mama to log on because I got a shout out for her a little bit later. Shouts out to Mama Hastings. We will explain a little bit later in the show. Let me see if this will wet y'all's whistle.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna wet my whistle
Uh,
when
uh,
I
uh,
look at you, baby.
baby, it's much too much.
I wanna wet my whistle. Okay, sorry. All right. We grew up in the music generation. We're not apologizing for that. Let me wet your whistle with this T Sizzle. This year's play-in is unlike any other because it's filled with star power. We have 3 legends in the play-in tournament and 2 spots. And speak of the angel, and she appears. Good morning, Miss Hastings. You stick around because we got to show you some love a little bit later in the show. So we got KD in the play-in tournament. We got LeBron in the play-in tournament. We got Steph Curry in the play-in tournament. There's 7, 8, and 10th right now in the standings. And with 1 game left, I don't think there's going to be much movement there. Let's start with this one. Who's the odd man out? There's 3 legends, only 2 spots available. Who's out? Steph, KD, or LeBron?
I hate to say this, but I'm gonna have to say Steph and them.
Good morning, Steph.
It's a toss-up between him and LeBron. The only reason now, of course, y'all know I'm a KD stan, and I'm not saying that because of this. If you look at the team from top to bottom, this is what Phoenix was built to do. The fact that they're at the bottom, to me, I can get it because when has their so-called big 3 all been healthy and all been able to play to
Excellent
get
point.
to where they were supposed to be?
Right.
I do not trust street clothes to save my soul. It makes no sense that at this point in his career that LeBron is still having to carry that team on his back. AD is no reason why he shouldn't just be out here balling out of control. Okay, I get it. I suffer from migraines. They were saying, he possibly had a migraine, which is why he missed the game the other night. But remember when Scottie had that migraine?
He toughed it out.
But so
playing against the Pistons, no less. That's one team you don't want to have a headache against when you go on to play them. The bad boys.
I think with the Warriors, I mean, you can never count Steph out, but I think the thing is with Klay Thompson not being Klay anymore.
Right.
That is what is bringing them down. I don't like Don't You Believe It. I mean, he's still going to do what he's going to do.
That's Draymond Green, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead.
But I mean, like I said, I hate to say you can't count Steph out because at any time Steph is Chef Curry for a reason. He may get out there and cook and knock somebody out. You never know. But I'm going to vacillate between the Lakers and the Warriors. Again, I am putting the Suns up above them because of my bias for KD. I really am.
Well, you know what? I'm going to take a page from your book earlier today when you gave LeBron his flowers, and I'm going to give KD his flowers. Now, here's a LeBron fan. He said the Titans signed Laurie Watson, the Browns get it. They did. And we will get to some more football next week. Shouts out to Kenny, man, checking in. We're talking LeBron James here. I want to give KD his flowers. Do you know that this man, 2 years removed from a gruesome Achilles injury, is 5th in the league in scoring at 27.5 points a game? Mm-hmm. The man is averaging almost 28 points a game. Like, KD is a bucket.
I mean, that's what I say. Like, people continue to criticize KD about the way he moves.
I do.
But at the end of the day, he just wants to play ball. Yeah, he's sensitive, but hell, if you came after my neck in my career, after I done been out here struggling, poor, raised by a single mom, and I'm out here taking care of my mom, taking care of my business, taking care of my family. I don't mess with nobody, and y'all keep coming for me. I'm going to go off too. Yeah. He just wants to play ball. I really don't think KD really gives a damn.
I don't either. And if you won't smoke, he's got a whole a grill ready for you. If you're trying to.
You saw that he just went off on Fat Joe when Fat Joe said they tried to get him at the Rucker, and KD was like, "No, bro, that ain't what happened."
Right. Like he does have rabbit ears. but that does not take away from the fact that he's the fifth leading scorer this late in his career, which is phenomenal. By comparison, Steph Curry is 10th at 26 points a game. LeBron is 14th at 25 points a game. It's amazing to see these three guys continue to play at such a high level. But let me ask you this. He says John Wick was salty about the LeBron James dunk. No, Kenny, don't start with the Ja slander. That man been out all season.
It ain't no look. No, we don't forgave Ja, and the court said
we gonna talk about him in a little bit. We gonna you stay in there, Kenny, because we're gonna talk about him specifically in just a second. Tasha, who's closer to the cliff? You know the who's closer to the cliff, Tasha? LeBron, KD, or Steph? Who bows out first?
Again, I'm gonna have to go with. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, think about this one.
I mean, at the rate, man, that's a difficult one because KD's and Steph's games can allow them to play longer.
Correct.
Because KD is not, they're not really to go into the, into the paint type players, especially
right.
Steph.
Right.
But the thing is, they can just have LeBron playing 10, 15 minutes a game. He doesn't have to play. Well, no, if they want to win, they can't. But like LeBron doesn't have to play a full game. But his game, like you look at somebody like Vince Carter, who lived above the rim. You look at even Michael Jordan towards the ends of their careers, they started going out to the perimeter because Vince Carter was basically a shell of himself.
Excellent point.
Out there shooting. And that's not necessarily LeBron's game. Man, I hate to do this to your king, but I'm gonna have to say LeBron, just simply because of the aggressive nature of his style of play. Yeah.
Last night in Memphis, and I was watching that game because the Lakers needed to win that game to kind of keep some distance and maybe move up to the 8th spot, which they did last night. LeBron was attacking the rim like he was back in Miami. LeBron would have had to do everything.
Because he has to.
Yeah. They barely won. They barely beat a Memphis team that had none of their starters playing.
He has nothing around him. And that's why I'm saying that eventually is going to wear down on him because people say, okay, yeah, he came in at 18, but you think about all the ball he played before.
Right. And let's face it, he did not go to college, but he would have been a one and done. So we're just talking about one season, regardless of where he played. I'm gonna go with Steph Curry on this one, and for a totally different reason. I think with Steph and Draymond and Clay declining, Steph's play's not declining, but the pieces around him have declined. I think that they've done they held on to Clay too long. And now you're stuck with a balloon contract that's going to be hard to trade. It's going to be hard to get a superstar there. I don't see Steph Curry as the type that's going to just wallow down in the play-in for the rest of his career. I think that he may walk away healthy and say, look, I got a production company. I got Aisha. My kids are about to start school.
And I got another baby on the way.
Right. I don't need this.
But it's always a spot for a player like Steph.
Always. Yeah.
It's always a spot.
Always. Yeah. I agree. It's going to be interesting to see how that ultimately plays out because as it stands right now today, they're all three still top 10.
Yeah.
In the league, which is crazy to think about when you think about some of the young great superstars. Like Kenny Man said, the top seeds are going to be interesting, and here's why I agree. You saw what happened last year with the 2nd seed Memphis Grizzlies went up against the 7th seed Lakers. The Lakers put them hands on them, beat them down, knocked Ja out the playoffs, knocked into his season, won the clinch in Game 6 by 40 points. The veteran play, the savviness, the physicality. I'm worried if you're Minnesota or OKC, young teams that hadn't really done much in the playoffs. You really want to go up against Kevin Durant and Devin Booker in a 7-game series? You really want to go up against a LeBron and an AD when the games are spread so far out in between games in the playoffs? LeBron, sorry. And KD, the top seeds may have smoke. This could be a very interesting playoff. Now, speaking of the top seeds, if those three aren't the best players in the league right now, who is? Who's the best player in the world, in your opinion, right now?
I mean, you got to take it over to the Europeans, or as my little brother used to say, the Europeans.
The Europeans. So which European is the best?
You got Nicola, you got what's his name in Dallas? Yeah, Luca.
There he is.
Yeah, those are. I mean, even though Giannis is injured right now, we're still looking at Giannis. I mean, I kind of wish Giannis would develop a little more game, but what he's doing is working. So why would you?
But you're a one-trick pony, bruh.
But I still like to watch him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's much watch TV, but is he a coach killer? Let me tell the people why I ask you this. Last year, in a calendar year, the last 12 months, he got Coach Budenholzer fired, the one he won a championship with. They brought in some other guy. The guy was 30-13. Giannis got him fired. Then they bring in Doc Rivers after the All-Star game, and Doc Rivers has a losing record.
But let's just go back to Jason Kidd. He didn't want Jason Kidd to leave.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He didn't.
And I really don't understand the firing of Budenholzer. I don't understand that firing. I don't know if Giannis had anything to do with that, because you don't really hear a lot of him saying, I don't want this coach, or I don't want that. The only time I heard him say something is when they got rid of Jason Kidd, and he kind of said, I still wanted Jason Kidd to be my coach.
And to your point, Jason Kidd is lighting the West on fire with Luka and with Kyrie. So,
and Doc Rivers, coach, Mr. Steal Your Job,
So wait a minute, we got a coach keep a job and a coach steal your job. All right, keep going.
Yeah, coach steal your job. Like, I don't think that's going to be necessarily a Giannis thing. That's you. That's you, Glenn.
They have a losing record since he came on board.
Because
he's going to be gone this summer.
To be helping your boy,
right?
And then you take his job. But there's a reason why you got fired in Boston. There's a reason why you got fired at Philly,
and with the Clippers.
And you see Tyronn Lue. I mean, he hasn't had healthy players, but look at what the Clippers are doing now.
They're the 4th seed. They're the 4th seed. When his players are playing, he is coaching. Now, I'm going to agree with Jarrell going back to who the best player in the world is, and that is Luka, without a doubt. Luka's averaging 34 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists a game. You mean this man is averaging damn near 35-point triple-double for the season? And Luka has something, and y'all need to pay attention when I say this, because you won't hear me say something like this often. Luka has something that LeBron doesn't. That killer instinct you were talking about. He's got that Kobe in him. He will fight your ass.
And I have to apologize to Luka because
make sure you're listening to this.
Because someone said when you see him in person, he doesn't look as chubby.
You've been on his belly for a while, Tasha.
I mean, come on. I wasn't the only one.
Kenny says, Doc trash. Close Rivers just like hand pecking, hand watching man. Just trash. Trash. He got a title, but man, has he milked that damn title with the Celtics? That title was 20 years ago now. It seems like he's been milking that title for
he been living off of that too long. It's time for you to do something else, because there's only so far that one championship in Boston. What did Kevin Garnett say? I can't believe. What did he say when anything is
possible.
Anything is possible has been 10 years ago.
Okay, so let's double back, because I like where you're going with that. With the anything is possible, you said that Steph may be the odd man out when it comes to the play, and I agree, because he would have to win 2 games on the road to qualify, and he would have to go through LeBron or KD to do so. Hell, they might not even beat the Kings. The Kings are not just bums. They've been struggling, but they're not bums. Which one do you think has the greater chance of making a conference finals? LeBron and the Lakers, or KD and the Suns?
I would actually say KD and the Suns, simply because I do not trust or believe in what is on LeBron's team. And sometimes Darvin Ham makes these coaching moves that I just really don't understand.
Yeah. There were reports that the Lakers tried to get rid of him this season. And then Jeannie Buss was like, I don't know. I don't think so. They wanted him out of there and hire the assistant. Is Darvin Ham done if they don't make it out of the play-in?
Most definitely.
Wow. He said Ham is trash. They made the Western Conference Finals last year. That don't get you nothing.
Again, if that play-in tournament was worth, was some count.
Right. That's okay.
That would buy him some time. That just tells you right now, these teams and stuff are gonna go along with what Adam Silver says. Oh, this is great for the league. If it was worth its weight, we wouldn't be having this discussion about Darvin Ham.
Great point.
Because you won the in-season championship. Woohoo!
Do you think that's going to stick? That in-season?
I hope not. It's stupid, and not because the Lakers, like everybody said, no, because LeBron won. Everybody want to say it's stupid. No, I said it was stupid before it started.
That's true. It's very confusing. I don't understand the groupings. Those color rush Thursday night football jerseys they be wearing, and it's just very confusing.
Not the color rush. That all orange in Denver was hard on your eye.
It was, and that Smurfberry blue all Titans was hard on the eye too.
I kind of like that. I like that all blue, and I like that all teal that the Jags wore. But that all orange of Denver was hard on the eye.
And the highlighter green for Seattle was kind of hard on the eyes as well. Yeah. Let's do away with that. All right, Tasha. Let's play a game of buy or sell. I'm going to make a general statement, and you tell me if you're buying what I'm saying or if you're selling what I'm saying. Feel free to play along in the chat if you will. Tasha has no clue what I'm about to ask her, and that's the beauty of sitting on this side of the desk. First up, LeBron and Bronny will play on the same team next season. Buy or sell? You buying that?
No, I'm selling it. I need you to give me my change back.
Oh, you need a little change for 20. Oh, okay. That wasn't an American dollar. She's over there, doing her non-USA thing. I didn't recognize the currency. So you're selling that. Why? You don't think he's going to get drafted?
First of all, any fool that drafts Bronny does not need to have their job. Let's just start there. 4.8 points a game and barely 20 minutes does not get you in the league. It should not. And I understand it's the name, it's Rich Paul and all of them that's going to be pushing that. I told you last week, anybody that's doing that is just wanting to sell tickets. And I don't see the Lakers drafting him. And there you go. I don't see the Lakers drafting him, and I definitely don't see LeBron going anywhere. They're not leaving LA.
I don't think Savannah wants to leave LA either, especially with Bryce being a phenomenon out there on the West Coast.
He's still at Sierra Canyon. He's still in high school.
Yeah. I'm going to buy this, but I'm going to use your argument to do so. I don't think USC, I don't think Bronny's going to get drafted, but I think that might be part of the chess move. Because if you don't get drafted, you get to be a free agent and pick your team. And basically just walk on with the Lakers. Get you a little two-way deal and maybe do it that way. Now, I'm doing some word finagling here because I think they will be on the same team, but Bronny won't set foot on the NBA court next season. If
the Lakers just so happen to throw him a bone, which is what they would be doing.
It would be. No.
I don't even see Bronny getting minutes in the G League. I just don't. And remember what I told you, Adrian Wojnarowski has said, he has to pass these NBA type style physicals, given his prior condition with his heart.
She said, yeah, if it's for exhibition purposes only, like this ain't the big three. This is the real deal NBA. And
he has a better shot of going to the big three. I don't know.
Could he command $5 million like Caitlin Clark?
No.
That would be a hell no. He couldn't command $5
million.
Caitlin Clark would beat him in a game of one-on-one.
I mean, you go back to the McDonald's All-Star game that he was in.
He struggled. He did. And Kenny, I agree. They do just want LeBron, and that's what LeBron is banking on, doing the corporate CEO thing of using my leverage to get my son a job. I don't think he's draft worthy. I'm not spending a draft pick on him. I don't give a damn if LeBron is on my team. Now, we can give him a walk-on try, and you can get some press and take a picture in the jersey together and all of that. But after the summer league, I'm trying to win a championship. If you're Darvin Ham, you don't have time to be playing around with your roster to put a damn
And if
Bronny
you don't
James
even
on
have
there.
Darvin Ham, you ain't got time to be doing anything because your clock is ticking, bro.
Right. Like, I ain't got time to be playing with no, like that's a Phil Jackson move. She said the turkey ain't done, leave it in the oven. Yeah, you ain't done yet, Bronny. Leave that in the oven. LeBron is doing his son a
thermometer that
disservice.
pops up on that butterball automatically. They don't guarantee your turkey's cooked.
Do you agree that LeBron is doing Bronny a disservice by telling him to go pro?
Yeah, I do. Like, I understand he did. Who was that? Oh my God. And I hate to say this because y'all know I despise this man. But don't you believe it was on The Shop. And he told everybody on that show, you missed out by not going to college. He said some of the most fun he had was when he was at state. And because nobody in LeBron's family has gone to college.
Right.
And he's, and this is not talking about Bronny. You can't help the circumstances that you're born into.
Right.
He has so much on him already. He probably can't even have a normal college life.
Right.
Which is probably another reason why he's like, okay, I might as well leave because I cannot enjoy college because of who I am.
Right. Right.
But
right. Because you're everybody, your face is plastered all over everything. Everybody knows who you are.
Right. I mean, and you got all these NIL deals and you're not even doing anything. That's kind of like the girl that at LSU on the gymnastics team who's always injured, but she's one of the highest paid because she's a pretty blonde girl. She ain't did shit.
And LeBron's son Bronny hasn't done anything as well. Now Martrice says if he don't take his ass to the little park somewhere because he is being set up for full embarrassment.
How you close this? Because she said little park.
Hey, there was some hooping going on at the little park. The little park.
Not little
park. Nashville, Tennessee.
Not little park.
Hey, I had some legendary games done at the little park. My brother Damian Coulter was putting in work at the little park. My cousin Quintus Woodard was putting in work at the little park. Oh, you brought back some great memories with that. But let's take the flip side, Tasha. What if he averages 5 points in college again? Now his career is definitely over for the NBA.
I mean, I just don't.
I think if you're going to go, you better go now. Because think about it, if you transfer to another school and you're still not any better. You can forget about it. Does LeBron have to stay until Bryce gets in the league?
I just don't think that he was that good to begin with. That's the problem.
The McDonald's All-American game was an eye-opener for me when I was like, he's not cooking. He wasn't cooking. Like, he wasn't. I remember watching Chris Webber in that. I remember watching Karl Anthony Towns in it. I remember watching Anthony Davis in it. I remember watching Anthony Edwards in it. I remember watching a lot of players in it, and they were cooking. You knew then, they one and done.
Yeah.
Like, they
I mean, it really wasn't necessarily a one and done in Chris Webber's day, but we knew.
Right. Like that. Like half of that team was in that game. All right. Next up, buy or sell. KD should have stayed with the Warriors. Buy or sell.
I'm buying that. And I can honestly admit that he should have stayed with the Warriors.
Hey, you get no pushback from me on that. If he would have stayed with the Warriors, would he have more championships than LeBron right now? Yeah. Pick a number. You be up there with Brady, doing your hand like Bill Russell. Like, now, yeah, I agree. He says Bryce is his fault. Yeah, I think Bryce is going to do a lot better than Bronny. At least
they have said that Bryce was the better ball player,
and he looks just like his father, like playing, like long, athletic.
I looked at a photo of him. I don't know it popped up on my Instagram, and I don't know how it popped up. It was just like in the Explorer tab, and I just saw a kid playing basketball. I was like, "Oh, who is this?" And I said, "Oh, that's Bryce." Like, he's tall, he's lean, he's just
he looks like Mount St. Mary LeBron, but like he looks like LeBron in that Irish jersey. Yes, Martrice, I totally agree. Bryce is cold. Next up, Buy or sell, Damian Lillard will never win an NBA championship.
I'm buying that.
Really?
Simply because I don't think Minnesota, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, damn, everything with an M.
Laverne and Shirley.
I don't think Milwaukee is going to win another championship simply because, like I said earlier, Giannis is not developing his game. He's not changing. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But right now, it seems to be a little broken.
First of all, let me back up to AP Coulter. The man upstairs didn't make everybody a cook. Mama, don't throw shade at the James family. And just in time, good morning, hello there, Langston.
Look at the
what is he doing? Look what is he doing in that outfit? The boys in Nashville.
Look at the baby. Hi, baby.
Where is the Jeffrey Simmons jersey? Why is he in Cowboys gear?
Look at the little baby. Hi, aunties.
Look
Boy.
at him. Right. Adorable. Damian Lillard will never win a title because he's Evelyn. You Evelyn. If everywhere you go smell like cabbage, damn it, maybe it's you.
Maybe you just stink.
You overstayed your welcome in Portland talking about real G's.
Should have been gone if you when you realized Portland was not trying to do anything to help you win, you should have left then. Right. You're 137 years old, you're going through a divorce, Glorilla out here trying to get with you, sir.
Hey, now that's your championship right there, because I saw her on the Club Shay Shay, and she is much more beautiful and engaging and charming than I ever anticipated her being.
Yes. Yeah, Glo.
I'm a fan of hers now. Shouts out to Memphis, Tennessee, by the way. Good Southern girls. Some good Southern.
Oh, she was on the Pivot too. And the fact that she did those interviews like close together, and you still got different information on the Pivot than you did from Club Shay. That tells you that she has a lot more going on.
She does. I am a huge fan of the way she carried herself, the way she was giving that work to him. She was able to kick the Willy Bobo back and forth with Shay. She had Shay cracking up on that show. She had me cracking up.
Guys on the Pivot, like oh my God, they were laughing.
Very charming. I was very turned on by her charm. Never winning one. Remember what happened when he touched the playing trophy? It got put up. That was bad luck.
I mean, it's almost like they say when you win the Stanley Cup, Lord Stanley, you should not touch Lord Stanley unless you want it.
Yeah, she is hilarious, Martrice. I was very impressed by what she did. Now, hopefully her record sales will continue to skyrocket so she can get some endorsement deals. I can definitely see her pitching a product. Now, I haven't listened to the content of her music, so I'm sure it's probably nasty.
It's all you heard her. She said, and my shit bumping up in the jail hole on the gang. You heard her. I love all Glorilla songs. If you go back to FNF, y'all can Google that. FNF, that was her first.
She ain't the one talking about the colors, right? The brown and the pink. That ain't her, is it?
No, that's Sexy Red.
Okay. Because that's just ratchet behavior. And yes, we grew up with Kaya and Lil Kim and Foxy Brown, but that's just ratchet. All right, moving on. Speaking of Memphis, hey, nice segue. Speaking of Memphis, buy or sell, Ja Morant's off-court issues are officially behind him.
Now, you petty for this. I'm hoping that he has watched the show and saw that as much as I support him, I will cut him off if he continues to act a fool.
Right.
Because right now, I always bet on black till black embarrasses me.
And he embarrassed all of us last year.
Ja has embarrassed me, but I just feel like he needs a hug from Auntie. I'm going to buy.
I mean, give me love.
I mean, they dismissed the case against him and the boy and everything. They did that this week. But like, when I read stuff like, you always see in the news about how these athletes keep doing stuff. Look at Sheree Rice. What's his name?
Rasheed Rice. Yeah.
Rasheed Rice. And then you look at the plethora of these athletes who continue, they say, to sleep with the same girl. They keep, then people say, where are the OGs? Well, some of the OGs are making these stupid decisions as well.
Right.
When it comes
older doesn't make you wiser.
Right. I think once he really realized, especially being out injured this year, that all of this could be taken away from him, I'm hoping that he's learning from this.
I think that watching people like, oh yeah, he says, yeah, and go back and watch the beginning of the show. When you park that car,
right, be careful,
right, because that baby's in that car. So hey, y'all be careful. I know y'all going to eat somewhere. Where y'all going to eat today, Langston? Y'all be eating good. y'all don't even go to fast food restaurants. Y'all be sitting down at tables and okay. So Kenny Man says yes, and no, just know that he ain't getting that dunk on LeBron James. Not this year. Because they ain't nowhere near the play in. They in the play out. They've been done.
Again, you always give a little more leniency to the players that you root for. Yeah. The players on your team.
That's very true.
So again, I've always rooted for Ja. It really doesn't matter where Ja played. It's not just because he's in Memphis. Ja could have played anywhere, and I would have supported Ja just because I liked the way he played when he was at in college at Murray State.
Yes.
I just liked his game then, and I followed him, of course, into the NBA. But it's just the off the court decisions that a lot of these athletes are making. Rashee Rice, you may get sentenced up to 20 years. Your career could be over simply because you left the scene. Okay, you were drag racing. We get that.
Right.
But you and your cronies walk down the damn interstate. Like, where was y'all going? Where was the nearest exit?
Right, where people sitting there recording your ass walk up the street.
Well, you're familiar with that. You live there. What was the nearest exit from where that wreck happened? How far was the nearest exit from that?
They had to walk a green mile. So everybody who was stuck in that traffic got a good glimpse of him. And not only that, your ass need to be locked up because they have tollways here in Dallas where there's not as much traffic. Why are you on a busy interstate going 119 miles per hour in a SUV?
And then look at the guy, one of the guys that was with him that played at SMU. He's now been kicked off the team. Do you?
Right? Because they uncovered that he was in one of the cars.
You was in one of the cars, and again, you have decisions like that, and then like some of the choices these guys make when it comes to the women that they choose today. Yeah, I understand. You see these IG models and these thoughts and they're pretty. But y'all out here just making multiple families because, like, it's the off the court decisions that will cause you to go broke.
It will. Ask Sean Kemp.
Ask Travis Henry.
Oh my God, he's worse than Sean Kemp. That's a good one. Travis Henry. Do y'all Googling, y'all? Like, this is out of control and out on parole. Or if you got ESPN app, go watch Broke 30 for 30. And see, right, mama, just now, when the baby boomers was talking about you being just foolishness, they say what the cemetery is full of. Young fools. Just totally, just so stupid. Like what like even if you didn't hit anybody, why are you taking a chance with your career? You could have killed yourself or somebody else.
What got me is the fact that they were walking off so then you got to walk off the interstate. Then you got to find an exit ramp.
You're walking past the incoming traffic like that. They don't even have their back to traffic. People are just.
It was two cars, Mel. It was a Corvette and a Lamborghini, and it was four guys in those cars. And after that accident, I mean, they could have killed that woman and her child. So she's been ready to sue. Did
you see how they hit that car? Thank God the car did not spin into another car. God had his hand around them. And speaking of God, good morning, Reverend Paulette Woodard. Looking absolutely. Now, who's the grandchild in that picture, Paulette? I know. Y'all both looking 20-ish. I don't know.
But again, it's like, the fact that they were trying to walk. I said, well, so they were going to the nearest exit ramp. Were y'all getting ready to Uber? Like, where the hell were y'all going? That's my question. But again,
and the car was rented. With your credit card, everybody, I mean, that was so traceable. Like, there wasn't a stolen car. It was a
And
rental car.
all they had to do was stay there. You would have just got charged with maybe a reckless endangerment,
Right.
like or anything.
But not a felony.
Right. Now you 5 felonies, and one of those carries a 20-year sentence.
Now, you know what they say about this great state of Texas. You come for vacation, you leave on probation. They do not play around down here.
Book them.
They do not play around. You don't even see trash on the interstate. They
No.
they so
They
crazy
don't even put the brine down when it snows because they don't want to mess up the roads. They rather you fall off that big. Y'all have the biggest damn overpasses on earth. And y'all, when Paul drives me, I'm out, the old shit handle. I don't want him to know I'm old shitting. I just kind of hold on to the side because Paul don't slow down. And we hit them curves. I was like, yep, I'm going to roll off like Toonses. I know it.
Toonses.
I was like, this is an episode of Toonses waiting to happen. And if you don't know, guys, please Google Toonses SNL. And then you will realize what I'm saying. This is Toonses when we driving on that damn Dallas tollway.
The cat with the cigarette in his mouth.
Y'all, I get so scared and I tell him so. I was like, Paul, you can slow down. Like I'm literally holding on to the side.
Hey, but the thing is, 2 questions: did you die and did you miss your flight? No and no. I'm gonna get you there to get through that terminal.
You always have Chick-fil-A waiting for me.
And look, y'all, she gets picked up with a fresh batch of Chick-fil-A, not some that's been sitting in the fridge. I stop at Chick-fil-A en route to pick her up so she can eat it in the car on the way home. Like if you ain't spoiled, I don't know who is.
Like literally,
yes, the driving cat. Now
it's grease all on the interior of Paul's car because I'm dipping fries, drinking my lemonade.
I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. We'll get home. We'll go to bed at 3 a.m. She's up at 4:30, y'all. I don't know how she does it. But AP Coach is asking a serious question. And Tasha, I'm gonna pitch it to you. What happened to us? We used to be better than this.
I said it, Mama Coulter. I said it to one of my friends, my boy Steve from Memphis, who lives in Arizona now. It's all about having attention. It's like, I got this. I want to show the world I can get away with everything because I have money. I'm famous. My name is out there. It's just the new society that we're in now. These people, they just don't care. And people always say, oh, it's not social media, it's the people on it. But social media gives us the platform to put all this kind of stuff out there. Because back in the day, had this happened, we wouldn't have known about it.
Right.
Because they
wouldn't have gotten caught like that.
Right.
They might have gotten away.
Camera out recording, TMZ, it wouldn't be stamped all over it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and like AP, that's a conversation for an after dark episode of the Extra Point.
This was literally this morning what I sent to Steve. Hold on, let me try to pull it up.
And while you pulling that up, Kenny Man says, in honor of OJ, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
We were talking about like how some of the rappers and stuff, how they just say all these lyrics and just everything. And I told him, I said it's the new generation. I said it makes me wonder the generation before them who gave birth to them, what were they not taught?
Wow. That like there's layers to this.
I mean, you think about it. Sasha will be 29 years old this year. I gave birth to someone who is in this generation now. What I was taught. So were these people of our age, what you say, I'll say the 45 to 55 range, what were they not taught as to why the children are like the ones that we gave birth to? Why are they like this?
It's really crazy. And the thing is, I may sound like the get off my lawn guy. I may sound like the approaching 50-year-old slug, but like a couple of days ago, 3 police officers were shot. 1 was killed in Memphis. The guys in the car was 17 and 18. Having a whole shootout. The 18-year-old got killed by the police.
And you can't say it's because of the guns. Now, usually I am a proponent of gun safety. Guns have always been around.
look, I'm in Texas. You can find a gun around here quicker than you can find a quarter on the sidewalk.
My husband was the assistant range master at the police academy. We had at least 6 or 7 guns in our home, not to mention the one that I kept in my purse with me all the time.
Tasha, Martrice, Kenny, you were a kid when we were in our young 20s. AP, you remember, Melanie, you're about our same age. We were 17 and 18. We were going to the bowling alley. We were going to the skating rink. I mean, yeah, we were getting into our little teenage dirt, but we wasn't robbing banks. We weren't fighting in the streets. We wasn't like committing crimes. Memphis is a whole country by a third world country.
Now
I'm rocking a Memphis Grizzlies shirt today.
Now, my little play nephew down here, if you guys, sometimes you see him on social media, he drives me because I hate to drive. His uncle came down here with his 2 sons. This man is an Iraqi war veteran. And he told me Memphis is the worst place that he has ever been. And this man was in war. Was in a war in Iraq, in the Middle East, Kuwait, Kandahar, all these places. And he said he's never seen anything like Memphis in his life.
I stay away from y'all young MFers, you little young mofos. I don't cut y'all off in traffic. If you cut me off in traffic, I'm gonna let it slide because y'all on some other stuff. Now, Denise checking in since you called her out. I went skating into the movies and stuff. My generation ain't the problem. It's the generation's kids so it's the people her age who have children that's the problem. My nephew is 10 years old. He is still a kid. He's still playing video games. He's not in there talking about such and such as brown and such as pink. Now, I know when kids go to school, they have a whole nother language. But just last Saturday, I watched my nephew play video games on FaceTime. Like, he's a kid.
Sasha still played with dolls. Sasha still had her grandfather, my father, used to give Sasha every year a porcelain doll. Like until he died. It's something he started later on, but right. Up until my father got ill and died, he always gave Sasha a porcelain doll. These children today, like, remember when they came on and the woman was like, oh, should I let my daughter go to the Meg Thee Stallion concert at 14? No.
You saw where Sexy Red got put out of that school for smelling like weed. You going to talk to some kids with your cleavage all out. You smell like weed. The school put you out of and then you have a concert in the parking lot. Now, young folks don't have any fears. That's the problem. They sure ain't scared of me.
That's true. Now,
scared of me.
We will go ahead and admit we listened to some music that we were not supposed to listen to. We listened to Too Short. We listened to NWA back in the day when we were. What was that song? Oh, the World Class Wrecking Crew. Before You Turn Off the Lights. Why was we in the 6th grade listening to that?
That's true. But there's a key word that's missing from that statement. Snuck and listened to. I will never forget. AP Coach is my witness. I will never forget one day she came up to me and asked me what was in my headphones, my little Walkman. It was the Ghetto Boys. I'll take that. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Also, you weren't playing it on no loudspeaker.
Even if we were listening to that, we damn sure wasn't going to the concerts.
No, oh no. And we weren't listening to it out loud. Now, Stephanie has a young child. She says Carter wanted to go see Rod Wave. Nah, buddy, a concert is different from an album in XM radio. Hell no. I get it. And real quick, shouts out to our little brother and friend of the show, Brandon Lewis. And happy birthday, Brandon. We missed you, man. You need to come holler at us one good time. And shouts out. Hey, we are proud of you, Brandon. The guy's doing excellent in Oklahoma. You are going to be the new host of First Take along with Sasha Denise one day. We're going to put that in the atmosphere.
Okay,
y'all support that, man. Kenny says, I'm scared of these young people. I just hold my hand down and keep it. Yes. His head down and keep it moving. She's saying
can you imagine going to a Meg Thee Stallion concert and a 14-year-old? Again, I'm not knocking the girl for listening to the music, because again, we listen to sexually music, which is part of the reason
why Just Don't Bite It was a song we listened to.
Which is part of the reason why I'm a damn misogynist at 50 now, because of music that I grew up listening to.
Mama never heard that music though. Not on purpose. We may have accidentally slipped up, but we didn't play that on no boombox in
And
the
the
house.
thing is, even though like Sasha and I are close in age, and she's more kind of like a sister, even though we don't cross that line because she know what's up. We were talking about Sexy Red's music, and even Sasha said it's a little bit cringeworthy. Even though I bow, I'm gonna listen to it, but it's a little cringeworthy.
Congratulations. Y'all show Brandon some love, and you are very welcome. I'm not always posting, but I'm always watching, Brandon, and I'm very, very proud of everything that you're accomplishing. You keep shooting for the stars, young man. John got us off onto a whole nother chapter, but that's good conversation, and I'm glad we got to open up the floor to talk about that. Next up, since you've been on the roll with these buyer sales, Anthony Davis and Zion can no longer be called street clothes buyer sale. Now, before you answer, let me tell the people, Anthony Davis has played in 75 games this year and Zion 70, a huge bump from their previous years. Buyer sale. Right, remember you don't know Nan, Trick Daddy, them buyer sale, Tasha. Hold on, Tasha. You are not giving Zion any credit. The man has played in 70 games this year, 75 for AD. That's like 3 combined seasons for those two. No? After congratulations continue to pour in for Brandon, our little brother from another mother. No, Tasha, I think it's time for you to reevaluate the situation. No selfies. You look fantastic. We got you on camera right here. I can tell you right now, not a hair is out of place. So put that phone down and tell me why they haven't banished that name. Okay, I can go ahead to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Next question. Is anybody here ready to not call them? Let's say he says, hell, they owe 70 more. I call them easy money. Don't gaslight her. Don't do it.
Hey. The question answered itself. You knew better than to ask it.
Look, you've been called out. Let it rip, Mabel. Come on. For the
I don't trust either one of them not to be in street clothes next year. I mean, again, if you hurt, you hurt. I mean, I really can't even explain it. I just do not trust them to show up when they need to show up. Again, AD is always sick. Something's wrong with him. You want to sit on the sideline with your street clothes on. Why? If you don't get your big 7'2" ass up and get to dribbling, and Zion, if you know Zion don't look as big, he's still a little husky. If you don't get them beignets and knock that powder sugar off your lips and get your big ass out there and get the dribbling.
Wait a minute. Get to dribbling is our new chat thing. When I tell you to get to dribbling, you already know what I mean. Eye patch AD, do not gaslight her, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the picture.
I mean, it's like, damn, dude. Like, you want to sit there and you want all these accolades of, yeah, I play for the Lakers. Oh, I got this championship. Again, not because the championship was won by the Lakers in the bubble. If my Detroit Pistons had won that bubble championship, I would still be like,
We said, get to dribbling.
Like, I just don't. AD has never done anything to make me, ever since he pulled the street clothes move in New Orleans.
Yeah. The mannequin.
And because in college, he was it. He was it.
They just need some old-fashioned
touching on it. And then you got, like I said, you got fat ass down here involved in everything but what he needs to be involved in. These players.
Hey, that woman, he got a good woman. There's nothing, y'all. I am literally crying on camera. There's nothing better than a good woman to settle you down and to level you up. That's just a fact.
These players today don't have it here, and I've always
Zion got a good woman in his life now. That's why he's out here. He got a kid to support. He's doing his thing. Don't you even think about it. Stephanie says, and I agree, Mom. Stephanie says he needs to push back from the table and off them daiquiris and po' boys. Ooh, you done made me hungry. Yeah, New Orleans got that cuisine.
Like I said, Steph, put them beignets down from Cafe Du Monde and dust that powdered sugar off your lips and get the dribbling.
Right. They said, what you say, sis? Get some liniment. Y'all ain't right. Y'all, come on, man. I thought we was going to give them some flowers today.
No.
Now, I will say this, Tasha, in your defense of them, I find it more than a coincidence that they have this resurgent renaissance season of health after the NBA imposed a 65 game minimum played to qualify for postseason awards.
Even my beloved Kawhi Leonard. Because when he
Yes.
made it to that game, they announced that on ESPN. He made it to where he would be eligible. And I'm like, come on, Kawhi. Come on. And I love Kawhi Leonard.
I'm not going to buy it either yet. I'm going to sell this as well because of the 65 game rule. We know that what Ja didn't qualify for the NBA
The
first
MVP,
team or second team.
Yeah, first team and all that.
And that cost him a max contract. That cost him $40 million. And you're looking at Zion and AD with contracts coming up, so that now all of a sudden they're healthy. That says more about your character than your body.
See.
He said these players need to drink some ginger ale and crackers and go watch the Price is Right group. Yeah. Lord, y'all got me in here crying. AD, congrats on 35 years at TSU, Miss Sheila. You still in my thunder.
Right, you still in my thunder, Langston.
You still in my thunder. AD been good though. I'm proud of him. I am too. AD been balling. That picture was atrocious.
Good and
that
terrible.
Picture is atrocious. Where was Kawhi SpongeBob blinking head? Right. Taking a load off because he was still got his guaranteed money. Now all of a sudden his money gonna get funny. Now he got good knees.
Steph, now I done forgave you, bro. Ain't gonna be no
I ain't buying it, sis. I'm not buying it. Last but not least on buy or sell, the 76ers did Allen Iverson dirty yesterday at his trophy reveal, statue reveal yesterday. Buy or sell?
You got Dr. J. You got Moses Malone. You got Charles Barkley. Then you got Allen Iverson. Now, I didn't have this plan because y'all, I didn't know this question was coming up. These are just the moking trolls that I have for my set up over here behind over my shoulder.
Yo, thanks, y'all. She had to hop off. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. He went into hide like Diddy after that one. Y'all stop it. She says they gave that man an action figure statue. You said a G.I. Joe. Y'all, was that disrespectful?
Y'all, I told Paul in our chat, I said that has to be, it has to be a replica. Like, are you gonna come later with the real deal? And also, if you guys go and Google the Sean Taylor statue that the Washington that the Commanders made of him, and his daughter was fake, had to stand there like this next to her father's statue. Ain't no way in the hell. At least they gave him a full size one.
Right. It was, y'all off the chain today. Well, right. At least his was terrible, but it was a life size thing. She said they gave him Carter's 2K player. Allen Iverson deserves better, y'all. Hell no. Where's the rest of it?
I mean, they literally gave him a bust because he kissed it.
My fantasy football trophy was bigger than that.
Right. You can't kiss a statue, but you can kiss that bust. And they literally gave him a bust. Like, I would have, if I was there, I would have better had it been from chest up. And y'all said, we're going to put this right here.
Are you proud of him for not going viral by knocking that thing off the stand?
I'm very proud because we know it's all in AI. He about that life.
Right. Y'all, this wasn't on my bingo card today to bust out crying on a live feed. Y'all are cracking me up. That's why I love the NBA. The storylines just write themselves in the NBA. Philly, do better. No, he's meant too much to your organization. Do better. You got to do better than that. Now, as a quick aside, as we had some entertaining basketball talk today, hey, shouts out to Tiger Woods. He's made wait a minute. He just broke a record with his 24th straight cut at the Masters, Tasha.
That is the record.
How close does he have to be? Right now, he's tied for 22nd. I think he's 7 strokes back. How close does he have to be for you to tune in on Sunday?
Oh, I'm going to tune in anyway.
Yeah,
I'm
me
gonna tune
too.
in today.
Me too. Me too.
The thing is, and I can say this, we just lost one OJ Simpson. Whether you believe he's guilty or not,
He did that shit.
Beretta did that shit.
Right.
It's amazing how we still support players like Tiger and players like OJ when they have for years shunned our community.
Yeah.
No matter how much, like I said, we'll never forget Tiger gets on there talking about a cobble nation. And, OJ cut us off years ago. No pun intended with the cut. But
that's going to be on the reel. Oh, that's going to be on the reel.
But we
that was golden. Keep going.
But we as a people, we tend to support each other. That's why I always say, hashtag always bet on black until black embarrasses me. But it's something in us as a black culture. And again, I don't say African American because I just do not like that term. Because if you're going to say African American, Charlize Theron is from Africa. Elon Musk is from the continent of Africa. So are you saying African American as a skin color or as an origin? Because if that's the case, they're African Americans as well.
Look, stop trying to trigger us with the Africa thing.
But I digress.
Digress, yes, please.
But I digress. I'm gonna always support Tiger Woods. If he has that red
yes.
polo on Sundays,
yes.
we want to see the Tiger fist pump. We want to see that. So yeah, I'm gonna be tuned in.
I will be tuned in as well, and I just want to see the red polo one more time. Like, Tom heals all wounds, and I've kind of forgiven him from the whole Malaysia and all of that stuff. I'm a big fan of the comeback story, and after tearing up his leg and the accident and falling on hard times, for him to come back and just 24 straight cuts at the Masters, 24,
and he still, guys. This man lost kind of everything when he divorced Elin. He was in the news with the girlfriend and things that happened. Tiger still made that coin back. So that tells you something. Tiger is still marketable. Tiger is a billionaire again.
Yes. And he's going to, the Masters couldn't be happier to have him on board because now we're going to tune in.
Going to watch. Now, I like Rory. I'm a big fan of Rory. But Tiger is going to move the needle when it comes to us.
Right. One more time, Tiger. Like Tiger and Caitlin Clark is true on this as well. They are so I'm getting a loss for the words, but their presence is so big that just as many people tune in to watch them lose as they do to watch them win. So either way, Procter & Gamble gets their money. Either way, the networks get their money. They just polarize. That's the word I was looking for, polarizing like that.
Because I was, to be honest, as much as I like to watch Caitlin Clark, I was tuning in to watch her lose.
Right. And that's fair, and there were a lot of people tuning in just to watch her win, which is good. But neither side is wrong.
Right.
It's great for
of course, I'm there to watch Dawn and the girls and see what the Louis Vuitton lady gonna have on. But
right.
I still wanted to see what Caitlin Clark was going to do. And
And me and Mike talked about that earlier this week, and shouts out to him. He said that it's lonely at the top. So when you're LeBron, when you're MJ, because I was the MJ hater that only watch the finals to see him lose, and I was disappointed 6 times in a row. I can't stand Michael Jordan for that. Like, damn, let somebody else win. So I get it. And then me and Michael Jordan just as black as a brownie. And I was rooting for him to lose.
You better not say anything. You bet not, because I know what you're going to say.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Golf looks easy, but trust is hard. I play real golf. It is very hard to play. And so 24 straight cuts is phenomenal. Tasha, it's time for your top 5. Let's hear who are your top 5 NBA players right now.
Going into the play. And y'all, I actually did my list today. I'm prepared. Y'all know usually your girl be slipping. But I'm prepared. Okay, we're gonna go with Nikola Jokic.
Yes.
I got Luka.
Yes.
I got Shai Gilgeous Alexander.
SGA in the house.
I got Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Hey, Indy's
you've been watching it.
Indy's in the playoffs and they're viable. And this is one that this is gonna make Damie happy. Jalen Brunson. Because the Knicks in that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I like your list. Tasha, way to go. You didn't even go with some of the usual suspects. Way to go. Well, South Carolina ladies too fast for Caitlin. Why didn't she get her usual 40, Tasha? She did get 30, by the way. But why didn't she get her 40?
And I put this on Twitter and I put it on Facebook. She was in the game, but she wasn't. What I think South Carolina did was take some of what she always controls is her mind. I think they took her out of it mentally. Because she still put up 30 points. Impressively.
18 in the first quarter.
Impressively. But what South Carolina did, I don't think it was the speed. They just took her out of her game. And then by Dawn putting I love the redemption story of her putting Johnson back, because after Caitlin did her like that the year before, which Paul, you said that's not being discussed enough. Like that girl really held. That's
a great story. Yeah.
She got into Clark's face and just really said, no, not today.
Caitlin went 3 for 11 after the first quarter when old girl was guarding her. So she took it personal and she redeemed herself. Melanie, I think it was more of South Carolina's size and depth was the reason why Iowa lost. Because remember, when they were shooting lights out, it looked bad for South Carolina. I think it was 10-0. And then Cardoso started just gobbling up the boards.
And what you said, it's the depth. Who did Iowa have coming up off that bench? Right. Nobody. South Carolina is okay. You got your starting five. They had 3 girls coming off the bench.
All 3 were played heavy minutes and played phenomenal. The girl with her hair pulled back, the freshman, was shooting them threes. Like, if you're rolling 9 deep and all 9 can be interchangeable, it's going to be hard for one player to beat you. That's how the Pistons used to beat Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Let Michael Jordan get his 35, and then we'll just take care of everybody else.
You had all those you think we had John Sally coming off of the bench.
Yes. Microwave Johnson.
The Microwave Johnson. You had so many players coming off the bench in those bad boy days that we're gonna let Jordan cook. Yeah. But what Horace Grant ain't gonna get off. We gonna knock Bill Cartwright off with his sideways shooting free throw. We may even let Scotty get a little bit, but we gonna put Scotty on his ass.
Yeah, Scotty. This is what happened to Scotty. She couldn't handle those aggressive arms in her face. In the second half, they got after her.
Yeah,
they did, and she had to force a lot of tough shots, which she made a lot of tough shots. So they didn't lose because Caitlin Clark didn't play well.
Because when she grabbed that thing and popped it.
When she hit her with the KD step back and was like, "Oh, I'm not back far enough."
I said she is literally where they painted the damn Final Four. Logos out and swag.
I love watching her play. I'm going to enjoy watching her play in the WNBA as well, but it wasn't her time. It was South Carolina's time, and that's okay as well. Tasha, who you shouting out this week as we roll up on 90 minutes?
Well, I'm gonna let you do it to one of our moms, and Tree says she had to log off, so I'm gonna let you take the stage for that.
All right, we want to give a happy anniversary of 34. Is it 34 or 35? 35 years of service at the Tennessee State University for one Miss Sheila Hastings. We love you, Mama Hastings. Congratulations to you on that.
Let me have some of that check, Sheila. Send your girl.
That 401k looking real crazy right about now. Yes, right. Congratulations. And shouts out to Michigan Mike, our brother from another mother. He is out handling family business. He will be back on Thursday draft night as we do our After Dark second annual live draft show when the Titans take one step closer to the Super Bowl with the 7th overall pick in the draft. Dadgummit, I am ready for that. Tasha, you got anybody on your list today?
No.
All right. Well, we're going to shout out the Goon Squad because y'all literally, and Tasha, I'm going to shout you out because, damn it, you had me literally crying tears today talking about these NBA players. I always look so forward to NBA time with the Goon Squad and with Tasha because these NBA players, the stories write themselves.
Yes, they write themselves.
And next Saturday, the NBA playoffs start. So we're going to start getting into some predictions and some picks. We'll see you in 6 days and 23 hours. Tasha, take us up out of here.
Vamos Azul.
Peace out.